and Jamaica is with possession. Another long ball into Aiken. The Jamaicans are looking confident at the moment.
They should go 4-0 up here. And they do. Aiken George, tremendous so far. She did have some trouble in England, but she improved. And that's a
stunning intercept there from Ward. The crowd loved that, but answered back by Fran Williams. Captain, fantastic. And another response from Latanya.
Yeah, Latanya Wilson, the WD now. We're accustomed to seeing her in the goal defense position, but this is some experiment that they started in Australia at the Adelaide Thunderbirds. It seems, though, that it has seeped through to Jamaica. Sasha Gay Henry, the coach, seems very pleased with what she's seen from Latanya, or she's just most comfortable this season playing that position, and they decided to keep it. There goes another good steal there, interception by Jodianne Ward.
Yes, that was absolutely stunning from Ward. Her grandmother is in the stands. I saw her coming in, and she would be happy with that sort of performance from her granddaughter.
The veteran Helen Housby giving England their first goal, putting them on the score sheet. And Jamaica will stay with possession. Now the mid-court battle is going to be extremely important for Jamaica. Of course, this is where they gave away most of their turnovers, especially the first game when they gave away 26. They had 26 turnovers. Of course, not all of them coming in the center of the court, but it is important that they do win that game, win that mid-court battle. Khadijah Williams is there back as the wing attack. Abigail Sutherland had her chance at wing attack in the last game, and now she's at the center. So I like the combination. I'm sure too that the coach likes the combination. How do you like that combination, Kurt?
I mean, it's the beginning of a new cycle, and it was good for Sasha Gay Henry to test the different combinations. When Abigail came on, she had a good stint, and then she faded a little bit. But Khadijah, she is the experience of the team. She's a very smart player, and bringing her back was no surprise. Sasha Gay Henry wants that stability in the front line, and if anyone can do that, it's Khadijah. She just needs to learn to keep her work rate up.
Step called, penalty, and it would go the other direction. Now the English Roses, of course, they have a pretty strong team as well. Let's not snuff them out. Number 2 in the world. Helen Housby, this time at goal shooter, starting over Liv Cheen. What do you think that the rationale is by Coach Jess Thurby to have the experienced Housby in the circle alongside Pearson?
Well, her experience against the best defender in the world in Shamira Sterling Humphrey is something that you'd want. Helen, she is known as the ice queen. She's very dominant in her position as shooter, whether goal attack or goal shooter. So I'm thinking that Telby want that experience inside the shooting circle. And Shamira's strength is the aerial game. And Liv Tishin, while she can move, her strength is also in the air. So I'm thinking having someone like Helen, who is more of a mover back there, takes away that strength of Shamira.
Yeah, and she knows Shamira Sterling very well. They both play in Australia in the Suncorp Super Netball League. There she is, Housby, putting England up 3. She plays for New South Wales Swiss. Of course, Shamira Humphrey at Adelaide Thunderbirds.
And when the going is getting rough for the England Roses, Helen Housby, she's that player that comes in and brings that stability, that confidence for her team. That's the girl that we are afraid of. Fiumi Faduju, she was excellent in games 1 and 2, and she's had a good start here.
Yeah, she was player of the match in game 2 in Manchester.
On the back of some excellent intercepts, she was absolutely dominant in that game.
Shanice Beckford landing her first goal.
There is Ward again. Yeah. That's her 3rd intercept. Unlucky there to get a replay call. Well, not unlucky, because that was really replay, but she had a teammate right there. I would have liked to see her just leave that one for Crystal Plummer to pick up.
Yeah. That one in the circle for Pearson. She'll shoot and she'll score. The Jamaicans still have a 3-goal lead. They want to ensure that they keep it that distance away from England. They don't want them to get too close, and that's a poor pass there by Sutherland to Latanya Wilson.
And that's the work of the English defense. They have been forcing that wide center pass by all series, and the Jamaicans, they took the bait on that one and just overcooked that pass to Wilson.
The Roses. This is something they do very well, and that's well done by Samira Sterling Humphrey. But she gave it right back. Housley goes down.
Oh
Just
no.
checking to see if she's okay. We don't want to see anyone injured. Housley, of course, the most experienced player on this England Roses team with 103 caps. This is her 103rd game in England colours. So losing her, of course, will not be something. Here's a look at the replay. She runs straight into Sterling Humphrey. And yeah, just taking a knock there, but I'm sure she's okay. She's up and ready. Contact call, of course. And they'll take possession, England.
We do want to see Helen on court. She's a very crafty and smart goal shooter. We love to see her play, and we love to keep her on court. And I'm sure the Jamaicans would not want to get a win over England without her on the court. So she's back up, and it's looking good. But to give the Jamaican defense some credit, Sterling Humphrey came out for that intercept, and she couldn't quite pull it in. But Jodian Ward was there to clean up the scraps.
So Jamaica keep possession. Sterling Humphrey looking for a pass. She finds one to Wilson.
And that's where we've been having the challenge all tournament. The transition from defense to attack. Oh, got the ball there by Romelda to draw the penalty.
Wonderful stuff there on the circle. And the Jamaicans keep a 4-goal advantage. Brilliant stuff there. It is very loud here in the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston. Every time you can hear the crowd just roar when a goal is scored or when a game is achieved for Jamaica. The Roses are not performing as well as they would hope to, but we know that they are a team that can come back.
They are making it hard for the Jamaican attackers. However, the Jamaicans are being quite patient with the ball. They're working that extra pass. We are not being indisciplined and bombing it in like we usually do. But that can be hard on the body and it can be taxing. So hopefully they can maintain this kind of patience for the entire 60 minutes.
Beckford. That one goes out, but it will stay with Jamaica.
Unusual to see the Jamaicans miss twice.
Very unusual. Aiken George. The standing shooters, what Jamaica plays. Of course, we know that Janelle Fowler, the best in the world at what she does. No argument about that, but how has Romelda been able to fit in? Of course, some people are a little bit disappointed with how she performed, especially in the first game. She has improved, as we noted earlier, as time has gone on, as the games continue. That's a bad turnover there for the Jamaicans. Of course, this is something that they want to cut out as England try to go forward. But Romelda at that position, there are some talks though about her positioning when she collects the ball under the pole. What are your comments about that?
Again, beautiful defensive work from the Jamaicans. They had a good switch inside the circle, made it hard for the English attackers. They had to send it all the way back to the transverse line, but they managed to finish with a goal. And England are used to this kind of pressure. They will work it through. They won't be bothered by this. But the Jamaicans, they have to keep working hard and keep contesting.
They want to keep that 4-goal advantage, Jamaica, but we do know how the English are.
So speaking on Romelda, for a long time, Romelda was arguably the best shooter in the world. She had a very dominant sting between 2012 and 2018 thereabouts. But yeah, Janelle Fowler, we're so lucky to have her. Unfortunate to have her for this series, but she is currently the best in the world. But Jamaica has been blessed over the years with Patricia Pat McDonald, Elaine Davis, Carla Borrego. We have never been short of shooting talent.
And of course, it will continue to show here. England with possession. This is something they do so well, the English Roses. They just know how to hold possession. A bit of a commentator's curse there as Tanya Wilson goes down.
Hot start by the Jamaican defense. Unlucky to not have pulled in some of the intercept, but there is Shamira Sterling Humphrey. To many, she has been quiet in the first 2 games, but she's here live and direct, giving the Jamaican crowd a treat.
Brilliant pass by Williams inside, allowing Romelda Aiken George rather to draw the penalty.
And Beckford to maintain that 4-goal buffer. Good patient work there from the attack. Lewis Pearson on the shot. Missed. Couldn't be kept in by Shamira Sterling Humphrey. The English Roses will have the throw-in.
They keep possession.
Jess Shaw is a newcomer to the wing attack for England Roses. Their former captain, Natalie, she is out. She's currently pregnant, expecting her first child, which is wonderful news for the camp. But Jess has come in and she has slotted in seamlessly. Loving the work by her so far in this game.
Yeah, Coach Jess Thurlby did make a comment about her and how she was valuable. Of course, it was an experiment that they were working on. A lot of changes that she did say she was forced to make Jess Thurlby, especially after the first game and what they saw, and they worked on it, and then they came back in the second game and were tremendous England Roses, winning that one 55-47. And of course, Houseby moving into the circle was a part of that experiment for the second game.
I'm telling you, Jamaica, you should be grateful for the talent you're seeing from this Jamaican trio in the back end. Shamira Sterling, Humphrey, Latanya Wilson, and Jody and Ward, they're exceptional athletes, and we should savor their talent while we can. We are very lucky to have them.
Yeah, of course, all three of them play in the Australia Suncorp Super Netball League. Latanya Wilson and Humphrey, of course, topping all of the defensive stats, intercepts, rebounds, defensive rebounds, that is. Of course, we know that Sterling Humphrey is an MVP. It's the MVP, reigning. And we see Jody and Ward, of course, playing for the Giants.
Yes, and before she moved to the Giants, she was voted the best and fairest at the Collingwood Magpie, her previous club. She didn't have a great year at Giants in her first year, but based on what we're seeing from her in this series, it should be a good SSN season for her if she can maintain this kind of form. Oh no, there it is. Flumi Fadoju. Where have you been? She just let the Jamaican crowd know that she's here.
Yeah, she just reminded them of what she's capable of doing. England now come away with it. They're floating it up court, trying to take care of it. Not rushing the passes at all, England. Waiting their full complement of 3 seconds to make sure they find someone in space. Houseby gets this one. She should net it. She does, cutting the deficit to just 2 goals.
And the Jamaican attackers, they have to be careful here, because what we saw in game 2, the Jamaican defense started really well. They had 15 gains in the first half, but then that dwindled away in the second half of the game, and that could be of fatigue because they have to do a lot of work to get the ball back for Jamaica. So we need to capitalize on these early gains so we can ensure that we build a lead strong enough for us to hold to the end.
Yeah, not much time left in this first quarter. Jamaica and England are tied 13-all.
7 seconds left. They would have practiced this in training. Romella with a long bomb. It's an air ball, but cleaned up by Beckford. She will have a penalty shot at the buzzer.
Yeah. So she does have a chance to send them one up. They'll make that 2 up now, Jamaica. 12-10 as the first quarter comes to a close. A good start for the Jamaica Sunshine Girls. And this is one of their better, or one of their best performances in terms of the quarter. And they were 13, they scored 13, so 1 less than they did in the previous game. But a good start in front of their home crowd. They lead the English Roses by 2 goals, 12-10 to start this encounter. They'll want, of course, to continue. And Kurt, what do you make of this start? They were able, of course, they were up about 5 goals to 0, and then just maintain. There's confirmation of that first quarter score. 12 for Jamaica, England 10.
Well, it's a good start by the Jamaican, but I don't think they will be overly pleased with the start, because the score, the margin that they're leading by is on the back of some great or excellent defensive play by the defenders at the back. They still want to do some more work in the attack. We scored 12 goals. We scored 13 in game 2. So it's better defensive work, but not better attacking work.
Yeah.
We need to improve our attacking third.
Well, let's take a look now at the highlights of this first quarter. As I did say, it was a dominant start for Jamaica. It did start with Romelda Aiken-George showing her shooting prowess, taking them 5 up early. But it was more of a defensive effort from that trio there, led by Latanya Wilson, Shamira Sterling Humphrey in goalkeep, and Jodie Ann Ward. But there were some great sparks of passing by Jamaica, of course, around the circle. They did try to take care of the ball more than they did. Khadija Williams, who's backing the squad at that wing attack position, did ensure that she was able to orchestrate the attacking and the passing around the circle to get it into the circle for Romelda Aiken-George, who was ably helped by Shanice Beckford. Shamira Sterling Humphrey was absolutely stunning to start.
Yes, definitely her best game of the series so far, in my opinion, and we have only gone 1 quarter. But for the Jamaicans, I think they still have some work to do in the attacking end. I think they have improved on their center pass conversion. Khadija Williams, the wing attack, she's more involved in the center pass, and I think that has paid dividends for them. The defensive end, though, I must say, last time that England brought out the moving circle, that was in the second half of the test 2. They absolutely dominated the Jamaican defense, but this time around we were prepared, and it showed. So they completely dominated the attackers from England in that third, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some changes in that goal circle by England.
Yeah, good start for the Sunshine Girls, but they have not been able to pull away enough from England, who did draw it back. And of course, it is always a danger to have them close by. You don't want them anywhere near to you. So you want the English Roses, ranked #2 in the world, up against Jamaica, who have been pretty good. This is the first time in 15 months that they're playing an international series. Of course, we are not talking about the fact that they played in the Fast 5 recently. We're talking about series, international netball, returning now 15 months for them. This team, they were together all in Manchester, but coming back here, they've been having some troubles about getting the team to stay together, gel together, train together, but it's not showing any deficiencies here in this performance so far.
Definitely not, and hopefully come the back end of the match, they can maintain this sort of intensity. England is a team who won't go away, and some of their top players like Fumi Fadoji, Imogen Allison, and now we're seeing Liv Sheen on at goal shooter. They are key players. They have been standout players in the previous test, so we expect to see some form of dominance from them. So expect England to come strong in the second quarter.
Yeah, Liv Sheen there coming on, replacing.
Good start by her. She celebrated her 24th birthday here on the beautiful island of Jamaica, and she started this match as she would wanted to with a goal. 100% at the moment.
So she's replaced Houseby, the veteran. This is her 20th cap.
A beautiful hand in there from Captain Francesca. Romelda is towering over Francesca and Fumi Faduju, so those balls can go a lot higher. 2 from 2, Liv Sheen.
And this is not the start that they would have wanted. Jamaica, similar start to what they had in test number 1, with the English getting an early advantage and scoring 3 on the trot.
Now the score is level. England with a chance to take the lead. The hot hands of Liv Sheen, and she nets another one.
Yeah, she's been tremendous. I was a little bit surprised to see that she did not start in this encounter, Liv Sheen. She was the main goal scorer for them in the last
Loving
two
the
tests.
work rate of Khadija Williams, and a beautiful pass into Aiken-George, who should, I was going to say should score from here, but we know Romelda, she's the best rebounder in the world for a reason.
Yeah, this is the reason, though, that some people have an issue with how she's going after Mira Sterling. Can't hold on to that one. But again, showing that she can read those passes way before they're made.
And that's the start of things we were expecting from Shamira in test 1 and 2. And if she continues to do that, she will have the England Rose in doing stuff just like that. Throwing the ball out of court, because the respect for her, she needs to she strikes the fear in them. Oh, we missed a change by the Jamaican. Crystal Plummer is in at center for Abigail Sutherland. Good hands there from Beth Cobden. Beth is a very experienced wing defense. She's coming back from 2 knee reconstruction. That's not easy. And she's playing some beautiful netball for England Roses.
And I was making mention of the fact that in the recent years, especially since the last 9 years, England has not beaten Jamaica in a series in Kingston. That has ended in Kingston, or started in Kingston, that was played in Kingston. They've only won 1 game so far in Kingston in the last 9 years. Wow. So that's really good for the Sunshine Girls, and they will be having that in the back of their minds.
That should give them a lot of confidence.
Mind you, they haven't played that many, just 2.
I think we haven't had a series here in 3 years.
That's correct.
So this is good, and the Jamaican crowd is loving it. They're very noisy. The pot covers are out.
If you go back to 2018, in August of that year, of course, you know, the Jamaicans lost. As that's a beautiful pass with another Aiken inside the circle. She's just trying to reset. Now call it for that one. A little bit too much on that one. It's an overcooked pass, and it goes out.
But that's the sort of thing I was mentioning earlier. So Ramella Aiken-George, she had that one about midway in the circle and had to send it all the way back to the transverse line. And sending it back, we lost it. We were lucky to get it back right there. But if Ramella would just turn to the post, take a step in and take a shot.
Yep.
I'm surely if she missed, we'll back her in on that rebound 9 out of 10 times.
Plummer with the ball, looking for Aiken-George. She finds her. That one goes out, and Jamaica will keep the possession. And it was going back to 2018, of course, making mention of that, the last time that they would have played here at home against England, the Sunshine Girls. After, of course, you know, a month later, following the Commonwealth Games, where they lost to England in 56-55 in the semi-finals. They had to settle for bronze that year. That team was also co-head coach by their current coach, Sasha Gay Henry. They completely remembered that encounter and came here to Kingston and delivered a 3-0 whitewash against the England Roses.
Yes, awesome stuff. And the Jamaican defense continue to wreak havoc on this England attack. I must say, Khadijah Williams is having a blinder. Beautiful feed by Beckford to Aiken-George.
And now Jamaica are back up 5 goals, 18-13 the score as we are in 6 minutes into the second quarter.
Good job there by England to cover the second phase moves by Jamaicans. The Jamaicans had no option except that long ball into Aiken-George, but she's so strong. She's such a physical presence that you can toss that ball up. But when she gets it in that sweet spot right under the pole, she usually scores. So if she can try to stay a bit lower inside the circle so she don't have to pass the ball out once she receives it.
Liv Sheen scores that one for the English Roses. 24 years old she is.
She had the mismatch there, as we call it in netball, with Ward, who is much shorter than her. Ward can get up, but I'm sure Liv was like, okay, I'm here, just throw it up.
Beckford should put this one away. She does. A really good shooter from distance is Janice Beckford. Capable, of course, of probably playing fast 5.
Yeah, and the crowd loved that one.
The Roses trying to find some way over Shamira Sterling, and the obstruction called. Sterling not happy with that call at all. She thought she was the distance away and just jumped right in time to get the block.
I don't think anyone was happy with that call. Shamira Sterling Humphrey, welcome to the series. That's what we want to see. The crowd are being treated to a defensive masterclass by 3 of the best in the world. Add Crystal Plummer, who is a defensive player, to that combination, and we should see a lift in the defensive end. Abigail Sutherland no discredit to her, but she's more of an attacking player. Crystal Palmer moving into the center, add a little bit of defensive strength to the unit down there. Another miss by Aiken George.
Yeah. It's pretty similar to how she started the series. Beckford does well to get the rebound. Lovely pass by Williams into the circle to Aiken George. She should put this one away. And she does so. 6 goals they lead by now. 21-15 to Jamaica. 7 minutes left in the second quarter.
It's truly inspiring what a home crowd can do for your game, because in England, all those deflections that the English defensive are now getting, they would have been picked up by an English player in games 1 and 2. Suddenly, the English players are still getting the deflections. We saw Fumi getting hands on that rebound twice down there. Those would have been picked up by a red dress in games 1 and 2. The Jamaicans are in the game. They're getting hands to ball. They're there for the loose balls, and that's a good sign.
Yeah. They want to keep Sheen very quiet, the Sunshine Girls. But England have been doing a tremendous job, of course, of getting it into the circle when they can. Despite a few good performances by Shamira Sterling.
I have no idea how Khadijah Williams found Shanice Beckford under the pole behind 3 red dresses just now. And those are the starter stuff that was not getting there in game 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's a good pass into the circle to Sheen, and England are now trying to get back in this game.
Unbothered is Olivia Sheen.
She's always so cool and calm, even when she's representing her team, London Post, in the Super League.
And for a young player like her to step on the international scene with this sort of confidence, she went up against Courtney Bruce, Kelly Jackson, and now Shamira Sterling Humphrey, and she's totally unfazed. Her shooting has been impeccable.
Again, Sheen right under the pole, and she was creating a lot of trouble for that defensive combination of Jodianne Ward and Shamira Sterling, especially in the second encounter between these two. Shamira would have been, of course, left to do most of the pickup, where, of course, Helen Housey, a bit of a standing shooter, but Liv moves around, creating that space for herself, allowing her team to pass freely, even sometimes drawing Shamira with her.
I think one of the main things working for the Jamaicans in attack is the work rate of Khadijah Williams. She is in the play. She's collecting center passes. She's feeding the circle quite well. And just then, you saw her do a fake before she passed that ball to Aiken George, because she realized that Fumi Fadojo with the go-go gadget arms is right in front of her. So that suggested to me that she learned from previous encounters where Fumi had a lot of stuff on the pass, so she faked her then to get Fumi up in the air and then pass the ball over to Aiken George.
Again, she's causing some problems for Shamira Sterling, but she does well to get the block. And now Jamaica have possession, and they're trying to take it up court carefully. Williams with another brilliant pass inside the circle. She has been tremendous today, Khadijah Williams. That link up between her and Aiken George has been crucial.
Shamira Sterling Humphrey, our ability to anticipate the release and the shot is next to none in the world. That was awesome work by her. Followed up by a beautiful pass from Khadijah Williams to Aiken George. We couldn't follow up though, and that's the challenge.
Yeah. Again, another deflection there by Sterling Humphrey. This time the contact call. Jamaicans with a healthy lead here.
Sterling Humphreys having a blinder, and now you see Olivia. She's tentative to shoot, earlier before the block, that's a shot that she would have taken. But now, because Shamira Sterling is a little bit in her head, but I expect her to bounce back from that quite quickly.
The English do know how to draw those fouls. Pearson collects the pass, and she converts. And here's the difference, of course, mentally for England as they keep the center pass. Now, when they scored in Manchester, the O2 Arena was loud, extremely loud. But here now, it is absolutely quiet when they score, which is contrary to what the Sunshine Girls had when they were in Manchester.
Yep, and that's why they say the crowd is the 11th player. Louise Pearson on the numbers again. She's a smiling assassin. She goes about her business quietly. You often don't recognize her, but she's doing what she needs to do. And another turnover. Yeah,
step called on Latanya Wilson. She too was a little bit disappointed with that call, not happy. Into Sheen again. She converts. England still with possession. They're now looking to cut that to 3.
Good hands in there for Shanice Beckford, the mighty midget.
And Ronaldo Aiken-George is there to pick it up.
And as I said, usually whenever there was a tip in the first 2 games, it would be a red dress picking it up. Jamaica, they are in the game, they're onto all the loose balls, and that's a good sign.
And here's a big difference now for Jamaica and for Doju, absolutely showing her class as well, matching up with Ronaldo Aiken-George.
Excellent work there from Fiumi. That's the kind of stuff that she can do.
Pearson from distance gets the shot to land.
That's 3 in a row by Pearson. She's getting in the game. Another loose ball there by Shaw. The Jamaicans couldn't pick that one up. Beckford so close.
They're trying their best, Jamaica, to pick this pass. Shamira, of course, getting the deflection. That one goes out. But here's the difference for the Sunshine Girls in this encounter as we count down on the clock. Final seconds left.
Ideally for the Jamaicans here, they'd want to turn this ball over.
Liv Sheen collecting in the circle, and she lands it. 3 goals down.
Okay, Shamira Sterling just blocked her, but so what? I'm going for the next shot. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to stand up for my team. That's Liv Sheen.
And that's the end of the first half here in this encounter. Well, 13-7 it was for the Sunshine Girls when they played in the last encounter. They've outdone themselves here, scoring 15-14 in this encounter, in this second quarter. A great first half performance by the hosts. And they'll head back to the locker room, of course, excited, but knowing it is not done. One more half to play. England, on the other hand, the fans, of course, seem to be satisfied, but England will have lots of work to do when they get back. I'm sure that their coach, Jess Thirlby, will not be happy with this performance. She did expect coming here that she would have to fight hard against the Sunshine Girls. And there's confirmation of the score at halftime, 26-23, Jamaica lead.
Yeah, it's a good start by the Jamaicans. As you said, they're leading by 3 for the first time in this series at halftime. I just looked at them walking out of the stadium and they looked a little bit puffed. So the halftime came at a good time for them. Hopefully they can go back to the changing room, regroup, and come back out stronger for the second half.
Yeah, so we get ready now to look at the highlights of this encounter so far. Of course, it did start with Jamaica going up early, had a comfortable lead. Ronaldo Aiken scoring 3 on the trot. She was ably assisted by everyone in the circle. Abigail Sutherland started at the center position and she made her contributions, some good contributions, getting it into the circle. Of course, Khadija Williams, though, at that wing attack has been tremendously good for Jamaica Sunshine Girls. Shamira Sterling, too, she was struggling in the first 2 games. Many people commenting and wondering where she was, but she has turned up here. Shanice Beckford has also been tremendous, scoring a good amount for Jamaica right now. Romelda Aiken, though, she too has been tremendous and getting the shots to land. She has missed a couple, but right there to rebound as good as she often does.
There is Fumi for Juju. A beautiful intercept, one of two that she has had so far this game. We expect to see more from her in the second half. If the England Roses are to come away with a win here, they'll need a big performance from her. She is the key to their game.
Liv Sheen came on in the second quarter, replacing Helen Houseby, and she made an immediate difference. But Shanice Beckford, of course, wanted to keep the pressure going, and so to Romelda Aiken-George. It was a brilliant performance defensively from the Jamaica Sunshine girls. Way better performance that we've seen in the mid-court, especially not allowing England to play as freely as they would hope to, but she was equally up to the task and ensured that every time she got the ball in the circle, she made it count. Williams, her passing has been tremendous for this team. And Romelda Aiken-George, even though she has had her difficulties, she's ensured that she could as well play a good part for her team. It was all about the red shirts, though, trying to get a late fight back, a late surge. They were down at one point with Shamira Sterling and all her goodness continued that defensive effort for Jamaica, leading from the front, the captain, and Romelda ensured that they were able to get Jamaica back up to at least this 3-goal lead. They did pull it down from 8 goals down, England to 1 to 4 goals at one stage, but they weren't able to bridge that gap a little closer. Jamaica, they pulled back to finish with a 3-goal lead so far. Shanice Bedford again showing her class, and yeah, that's the confirmation of it so far. That's how the first half went. Jamaica, of course, leading this one over England 26-23, and they are at halftime. We will, of course, take a break, come right back. The fans don't want to move out of their seats because they're eagerly anticipating as some activities are going on the court. We'll be back with more after this break.
People look at stories through different lenses. I have my own take on some of these trending issues. Hi, I'm Mariah Ramharak and welcome to In Case You Missed It.
We watch for the players. We watch for the goals. We watch for the memories. And the memories last forever. We watch matches from Arsenal and Manchester City every week on SportsMax and SportsMax 2 and relive the stories, the defeats, the triumphs. Your memories live here on your home of champions and on the SportsMax app. Stay connected when you stream on the SportsMax app.
Want to share your ultimate sports experience with the family? Introducing SportsMax app's Cast to TV feature. Now you can stream your favorite sports to the big screen. Imagine the excitement of watching live sports with your friends and family on the biggest screen in the house. With the SportsMax app's Cast to TV, you can enjoy live sports matches, highlights, and engaging analysis. Don't miss out on the action. Download the SportsMax app now and cast your TV for the ultimate sports experience.
And now here's Clark! What a save by Omari and Brown again!
They've been under pressure, St. Catherine, and they've had to rely on Omari and Brown. Big hand to deny St. George's College from getting an equalizer. Really good save, that one.
In 13 matches, there has always been a winner. Now the Titans of Germany and France will fight in the UEFA Champions League. And Bayern, with the edge on head-to-head, wants to maintain their edge at home on matchday 5, Tuesday, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. UCT, on SportsMax and on the SportsMax app.
Every moment leaves a mark. The time has come to continue making history. La Liga on your home of champions.
December 4th, India travels to Brisbane for the first of 3 ODIs. They'll be without star opener Shafali Verma. The thing is, Australia always come calling. Don't miss the live coverage 11:20 p.m., 12:20 a.m. ECT on SportsMax, SportsMax 2, and SportsMax Cricket on the SportsMax app. Be a part of the game. Watch on the SportsMax app.
Cricket's fastest format is back. Bigger, faster and stronger than ever before.
Going. 6-4. We'll see you in 2024 for another instalment of cricket's fastest format.
And Victoria Sports Club are currently outside of the qualification and playoff spots. Both teams desperate for a win in the UEFA Europa Conference League. Catch the encounter live on Thursday, November 28th at 10:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m. ECT on SportsMax 2 and on the SportsMax app.
We're back from halftime. We're back from halftime, and the Jamaicans with the first center pass, and they have it under the pole with Aiken George, and she scores. Game 1, the halftime score was 26-20, and game 2, the score was 25 apiece. The Jamaica led this one at halftime.
Yeah, and of course we know that in game 1, the Sunshine Girls had to come from 6 goals behind. The last game, 2 goals down coming from the halftime break.
It was actually 24 apiece at
24
halftime.
apiece, yeah, they were locked actually, yeah, they were locked. And now Jamaican, they have a lead. Yeah, it was 23-21 the final minute, and then it was locked 24.
Beautiful mid-court pressure there from the mid-court unit of England.
Over quick pass there, she not able to pull it down. Jamaica 27-24 leaders in this encounter so far. We're into the third quarter. They'll be hoping that they can continue that tremendous work that they've been doing. Khadijah Williams coming into this game, replacing Rhea Dixon after she was replaced in game number 2, and she has made her inclusion count.
Yes, definitely, and there she is on the board with another assist. The Jamaica, they have made another change in center with Sutherland coming back, so this seems to be a tactic by coach Sasha Gay Henry to keep the centers sharp.
The Roses turning that one over. So good work again by Jordan Ward.
Definitely. I'm struggling to even think about who might be the player of the match for Jamaica.
I was going to make mention of that in the first half, Kurt, because in the games before, it was interesting to see that Jamaica had 1 standout player, 2 standout players. But in this encounter, it seems as if everyone has come to the party. I mean, Ramelda has been good for the balls that she's gotten inside, scoring them freely. Shanice Beckford as well has been good at backing her up, Ramelda Aiken, when she does get a deflection and not able to control the ball. Khadijah Williams, the feeds inside the circle have been good. And of course, Shamira Sterling Humphrey and the entire back line, Latanya Wilson and Jordan Ward, they've all been good.
They all have been exceptional. But we just saw a back center pass by the Sunshine Girls. They went through the back to the wing defense, Latanya Wilson. But in previous games, she would have gone to the sidelines with that center pass, but she came straight through the middle of that one. And you saw that once she got it in the middle, both sides of the court opened up, and then they had clear vision into the circle, and it was an easy 1-2-3 pass into Ramelda George, Aiken George. If they can do more of that, it should be an easier game for the Jamaicans.
England have possession, and as once Liv Sheen gets that ball inside the circle, she's comfortable and composed no matter who the defender is around her, just the confidence that she shoots with.
Miss Reliable for England at the moment, Liv Sheen.
Sunshine Girls with possession. Their center pass, they want to take care of it.
Beautiful give and go there by Khadijah Williams. Spoiled just a little bit by the long arms of Beth Cobden. Patience required here. Hands in from Fiume, but gathered by Aiken George, and she will score from here.
A little pause there from you, Kurt.
I had to make sure.
Yeah, so the lead goes up to 6 now. The Jamaicans starting well. First miss for Liv Sheen. Pulled down by Shamira Sterling Humphrey.
And that was good pressure over the shot again by Shamira. And you see, that's what happened after a block shot. Oh no. After that block shot by Shamira, she's now in the head of Liv Sheen. So she will second guess the shots that she's taking. And once you have that doubt as a shooter, it will affect your shooting rhythm.
England again now. Sterling Humphrey is there to collect the interception. They go the other way. Williams has been good, and Beckford does well to collect that tip there. And the goal is allowed.
There is something about the Jamaican environment that is working treat for Shamira Sterling Humphrey. She's having a day and a half.
I'm surprised we haven't heard any pot covers as yet.
There is a few in the crowd, but we need some more, Jamaica. Rise up. Bet Cobden again with a hand in.
I'm sure the English wish that they could get some of that support now.
Definitely. It's the 8th player in netball, they say. You see, that sort of distance, when Romelda Aiken-George just started her career playing for Jamaica, she would shoot from that distance currently. When she went over to Australia and played for the Queensland Firebird, I think they messed with her shooting technique a little bit. So now she's not able to shoot, but Shamira again. Shamira Sterling Humphrey take a bow.
And they're not able to control this one, Jamaica. Bad hands there by Khadija Williams. I think we just saw Helen Housby. She's off the court. It seems that she is injured, Helen Housby. So, I mean, of course, we need confirmation on that. She's in the tunnel still. So that's a big blow if it is that she cannot return to the court, Helen Housby, for the Roses.
Definitely a big blow. A changes in the goalkeeper position here for the England Roses. Rosie Akwashi comes on in goalkeeper for Captain Francesca Williams.
Good feed inside to Romelda Aiken-George. And she does well to score it. The lead just keeps climbing and climbing. It's up to 8 now as England have the center pass. 7 minutes left, just over in this quarter, the third quarter. So they did want to get a good start. Shamira did mention as captain that that's what they want, to come home, level the series, and then hopefully go on to win it. And they're doing well so far.
They are looking good for it here, the Jamaicans.
So a change. Rhea Dixon comes on now at the goal attack position. Shanice Beckford will have a bit of a break.
To the delight of the crowd, and hand in there by Rosie Akwashi.
Rhea Dixon, of course, England-born, qualifies to play for Jamaica through her grandparents.
Another stunning intercept by Fumi Fadojo. She's a girl at the moment for the England Roses. She's keeping them close.
Yeah. Time is held here.
She's the only Roses player with an intercept so far this game.
Yeah. I think she's had 2, if I remember correctly. She had one in the first. Let's take a look at that.
Awesome clearance by Rosie Akwashi. That's excellent vision.
Yeah, just
and good
Shaw being brought down there. So hopefully she's okay. Seems that they've wiped up the court and ready to go. So yeah, Liv Sheen gets this one inside the circle again, and she does well to score that one. Lead cut down to 7. England will keep the center pass.
Good pressure here by the Jamaican defense. They're really forcing the England Roses to make an extra pass, and Latanya Wilson almost had an intercept there.
That one should go straight into the circle. Yes, it does. And
big ball into Sheen. Not confident to shoot that one.
Yeah, she does have her troubles from distance, Sheen. Yeah, a little closer to the pole, more comfortable for her, and she obliges. Sutherland now with the center pass for Jamaica, who lead by 5, breaking, and they'll advance to play, Jamaica. Khadija Williams, of course, the first instinct for her is to look to the circle, which is something that is always good for any team, that is. Rhea Dixon will have this ball, her first touch of the game. Qualifies for Jamaica through her grandparents, as I made mention of earlier, both of whom are deceased, but she is happy though that she could play here in Jamaica for the first time. And of course, she has represented Jamaica on a couple of occasions in the Fast 5 tournament, World Series.
First shot here by Rhea Dixon.
And she gets her first goal of this game. She did say,
to see her on the board.
She did say that she does have some uncles and aunts who are in Jamaica, and she'll expect to see them here. We're not sure if they're here, but she's not concentrating on that. She just wants to deliver with the opportunity she has here for the Sunshine Girls. England looking to respond as Shamira Sterling-Humphrey comes down with the interception. Beautifully done by the Sunshine Girls captain. And it goes right back to the Roses.
Those are the ones that the Jamaicans really need to settle on. Last in game 2, those gains significantly reduced in the second half. So far, they have been good, but we need to capitalize on them. In the event, Fiume Fedosha with a hand in, unlucky not to gather that one. Romelda with the step in.
That's she should score this one, yeah?
Yep, and that's what I want to see from Romelda. Instead of turning and looking to the pass out first, turn to the post, take that step in if it's there.
Another bit of defensive brilliance by Shamira Sterling-Humphrey. And the National Indoor Sports Center is loud. Latanya Wilson now with possession, trying to push the Sunshine Girls forward. They're looking to float up the court.
Build her a statue here at Independence Park. Shamira Sterling-Humphrey is having a blinder. This is what the Jamaicans want to see, but definitely not that.
Yeah, overcooked pass there by Khadija Williams. The rare mistake on that occasion by the experienced Williams. And she gets this one on goal. And she'll be comfortable enough to shoot it. 5. The deficit is cut down to, but every time England seem to creep back, the Jamaicans do something spectacular and they draw that lead back out some more.
And there's the center pass on the sideline that I'm afraid of by the Jamaicans. They were lucky to keep that one in place, but look how difficult it will be now to get it in the goal third and get it into a comfortable position to shoot. They have to be playing it back 2, 3, 4 passes. Beautiful drive there by Ward. But just look at the work that they have to be doing. They need to get off the sideline.
Sutherland has been good with her deliveries inside, her feeds inside the circle as well, especially at that wing attack position. It seems that the wing attack is that golden position for the Sunshine Girls. Dixon out to Williams. Feed to Aiken George, and she's in a good position to shoot. Of course, we know that England do lead this series 1 game. The first game, of course, ended in a draw. Jamaica fought back valiantly to get that draw, and now then the second game they pulled away. Did the Roses. And there is a lot of slippage here. Of course, this is a different surface. It is hotter here. The atmosphere is a lot hotter, so the girls are sweating more. Of course, it didn't have that issue in Manchester. It is cold all around. It is in the winter. Now, there's Sasha Gay Henry, the coach, to the left of the screen. And now the English will have so many things to come back. Not only do they have to contend with the girls on the court, they have to contend with the fans, the heat. Some things that they aren't accustomed to. Of course, most of them do play their professional leagues in England. The only one who plays outside of England and would be accustomed to this type of temperature, the heat, is Helen Housby, who's off the court.
Fiume Fedosha again, another deflection, but again cleaned up by a Jamaican player.
Aiken George. She lands another.
7-goal lead by the Jamaicans. The English are staying in the game.
Contact call on Wilson. Pearson gets the ball inside, a lovely give and go. And she scores that one for the Roses. They're trying to crawl back, the English Roses, but They have a lot of work to do. 6 goals, 5 goals is no easy task in this final minute of the game.
And that was an awesome intercept by Imogen Allison. We haven't mentioned her a lot this game because of the work that was being done by Khadijah Williams and Abigail Sutherland and Crystal Plummer in the midcourt. But just when the Roses were looking down, she came up with a beautiful stop there for her team. And you mentioned the sweat by the English players earlier, Gerard. When you look at them, they're so glossy. They sweat all over. And they have been here from Monday. They came on the same flight with the Jamaican shoulder to shoulder. I'm sure that was a bit awkward, but it's hot here in Jamaica. It's a lot hotter than Manchester, as you mentioned. Yeah. And I'm sure they're loving a bit of sunshine, but at the end of the day, it's still a little bit hard for them to get used to.
Yeah, so sweat coming from both teams, and it will be something that they would have to contend with. Of course, the Sunshine Girls are more accustomed to this atmosphere. Most of these players are locally based, do play in the elite league that you coaching, Kurt.
Yes, right here in Jamaica.
So they know the National Indoor Sports Center like the back of their hands.
Yes, hopefully in the years to come, we can have some international players come and play in our elite league here. That would be good for our players here to get some more development. Because half of the year we don't have 6 of our players that play in Australia. We don't have them here, we don't have them trained with. But having our local girls play and train against top tier players, it would help to strengthen our program.
And you can see it here with the likes of Abigail Sutherland coming into this Sunshine Girls team, and that's a lovely bit of play there by England, but they're not able to capitalize. But they're lucky enough that it would come off of Jodianne Ward and they keep the possession.
A hoist there by Shamira Sterling, throwing Jodianne Ward up. That's something I think they can try a lot more.
Pearson all alone. She has been doing well in the last couple of plays to keep Ward at bay.
Yes, definitely. Ward was super hot at the start of the game. We haven't spoken about her in a while now. We have seen Pearson come in the game just a little bit.
So
Rhea Dixon
missing that shot. It's pulled down by the English Roses.
Rebound by Razia Kwashi. 2 seconds on the clock.
That one won't count. And it would stay the lead with Jamaica. A narrow one it is, 38-35. They've added 12 to their score at halftime. But there's still lots of work to do. 12-12. They scored evenly in this quarter. But because of the advantage that they had coming into it, Jamaica's hold a slight lead. Well, Crystal Plummer, she came in late at the end of that quarter. But the Jamaicans know that they have one more shot to go. One last stanza of this game. And they, of course, have lots of work to do. It's not over just yet, Kurt.
All series, England have been very good at the third quarter. And they took the lead in the 2 previous encounters in the third quarter. Jamaica managed to survive the third quarter here, leveling the score 12 apiece. So it will be interesting to see how they push on in the last quarter. I think Coach Sasha Gay Henry, she took a decision to rest Shanice Beckford and Khadijah Williams. I'm thinking that she's resting them for the last quarter to have that strong finish going home. The England, they're still trying to find consistency in their team. They've brought in Razia Kwashi, who has given them a gain through a rebound so far this game. In their attacking end, Liv Sheen has come on and she has been strong. No sign of Helen Housley just yet. Not sure if she will return to the court.
Yeah, but the Jamaicans have been really good this quarter, even though they did not score as many as they did in the previous quarter. At the end of the half, 14 they did in the previous quarter, in the second quarter. They added 12 to that, and they did well enough to keep the score, keep the lead so far. So we are, of course, going to get ready for the final quarter. And Shamira Sterling Humphrey, though, She has led this team from the front, the captain. She has been extremely good. The defense on a whole has been good for Jamaica. But when we look at Shamira Sterling-Humphrey, what she has done in this encounter, she did struggle coming up to this one, but she knew that this was on her turf now. She was extremely good, not only in the first half, but her interceptions in the second quarter, in the third quarter, she has been great.
Yeah, definitely. I'm running out of adjectives to describe her performance so far. She's really stood up as the leader of this team in the absence of Janiel Fowler, and she's really demanding the respect of the team and the entire country out there. Stunning intercepts, keeping the fans on their toes. I'm sure her husband is somewhere in the crowd, and I'm not sure if that's what's sparking this type of performance, but this is what we love to see from Shamira Sterling-Humphrey, and we hope to see more of that from her in the last quarter.
Yeah, she is showing why she is the best in the world. We just saw a couple of photographs there, pictures there of the England team trying to recover with ice packs, with towels. They're trying to keep hydrated. It is really hot. Hotter than what they're accustomed to, especially at this time of year. So they're trying their best to rehydrate and rejuvenate and be ready for this final quarter.
As we suspected, the Jamaicans, they have gone back to their starting 7 for this last quarter, hoping to finish it off. And now seeing Helen Housley back in the English huddle, she is still wearing her sweat top, so not sure we'll see her back on court. Hoping she is okay.
Yeah, she did take a bit of a hit earlier, a slip, and she ran into Shamira Sterling-Humphrey, who is, although she's very slender, she is quite sturdy.
Yep. I'm going to say this, and this is easier to say than do, obviously, but all the Jamaicans need to do is keep the ball away from Fumi Fadoja. She's the only one with a clean intercept so far from the England. Well, sorry, Imogen had one earlier, but Fumi Fadoja, she's the girl getting the gains for the England Roses. So if you can keep the ball away from her spider-like arms, which is, as I said, way harder than I'm making it sound now, the Jamaica should be able to maintain this lead.
Tanya Wilson trying to get the interception there, but not able to do so. Good effort in the end, and she should get England up with the first goal of this quarter, final quarter it is. Of course, the Jamaicans came into it leading by 3 goals. Now they lead by just 2, and they'll be hoping that they can control this game, but England will be fighting back as hard as possible. That's a lovely ball from the circle, from the outside of the circle into Ronaldo, Adrian George, and Khadija Williams again.
And that was good vision from Beckford to open the other side of the court. England was stacked on the right side of the court coming down there, but Sutherland, she recognized the crowd in the middle, and she opened on the left side of the court, and they were able to get a nice outlet ball over to her.
Ball forcing by good defense again, Jamaica, the turnover for England.
I'm sure Rob Wright is pleased with that. He always says that a hell ball is his favorite type of defense because it has to be a unit work. To get a hell ball is usually the unit working effectively together, and there she is.
Yeah.
Fumi Fadoja.
Yeah. She's come to the party now.
Whether you're in Kingston, Jamaica, or you're in Manchester, England, she's the girl that will show up for the party.
She, of course, is quite heated, quite ready.
Let's go is a share by her.
Yeah, she knows that as long as there's a time on that clock, there is a chance. Well done there by Shani Beckford to keep the ball alive for Jamaica.
Again, a loose ball picked up by a yellow dress.
And I think that was a lot to do with her vision as well, picking up a player. Williams comes up with that one. Beckford all alone in the circle, and she converts it comfortably. Lead back up to 3 for Jamaica, but England have the center pass.
That was a good look there by Razia Kwashi. Good effort to go out for that intercept, and the Jamaicans will now be aware that she's on the hunt for ball. I don't know how Khadija Williams kept that in just now. She would have been terrified with the likes of a Razia Kwashi coming at her, but it was good awareness by her to keep that one in, just tapping it to herself and then finding Aiken George under the pole.
The Jamaicans are trying to move much quicker Romelda Aiken-George as well. She's been good in drawing those fouls. Those
I
penalties.
think this is the best game for her.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. I mean, she did have her lapses in the first half, but she has been quite flawless since then.
And looking at her knee, it's heavily strapped. So to see her going up like that and taking those balls is really, really good.
Liv Sheen again. She's been really good for England as well. Pearson will take the shot. Of course, we know that the shorter player is the preferred player to take those penalty shots in case a rebound is needed. Jamaica have the center pass. They pass it off now. Williams has Aiken in her sights. Aiken-George should take a shot here. And it's good. Comfortably done. The lead is now back up to 3.
Khadijah Williams' ability to feed her tall shooters is a thing of beauty.
That one lands again for England. Jamaica have the center pass this time, and they want to keep that distance away. It is important for them to trade goals right now and try to get some stops in between Jamaica. But England will be looking to do the same thing, not trade goals, but stop them, the Sunshine Girls, from scoring as freely as they are now.
Yeah, that's the sort of patience and fluidity that the Jamaicans want to play with. There was a beautiful middle drive by Shanice Beckford to open up the sides, and she hit Khadijah Williams to the pocket, and then a beautiful feed into Aiken-George. If they can maintain that sort of play with this defensive unit that they have, they should be in a good space at the end of this game.
Take a step back. Here's the penalty, ladies.
This is the biggest lead that the Sunshine Girls have had in a fourth quarter. Of course, it is the biggest lead that any of the teams have had in a fourth quarter, barring up until, of course, that last game where England started to pull away within the last 2 minutes.
If Shane continues about her business,
they could be able to pull it back, England. But again, Romelda Aiken-George in position to draw those contacts. And that is something that I'm sure Coach Sasha Henry would have been trying to ring in her. And she does well, cheekily getting that ball to land in the goal.
Romelda Aiken-George, she's really feeling it today. A little razzle-dazzle there by her with a jump shot. The connection between Aiken-George and Williams in this game has been remarkable.
Lovely triangle play there.
That was good ball speed by the England Roses. I think they moved the ball very well just now, and that got the defenders' heads turning, and they were able to come through their beautiful hands in by Jess Shaw.
Yeah, the deflection landing though in the hands of Latanya Wilson, and the Jamaicans go up court. Bedford enters a circle now, passes it out to Abigail Sutherland. Sutherland trying to find that pass to either Aiken-George, or instead she goes to Bedford. Bedford push it up, and she gets it back, does well enough. Misses a shot, and Aiken-George takes it away.
A bit of aggression and dominance there from Aiken-George to the delight of the crowd. I mean, but just earlier in that play, you saw the respect for Fumi Fadojo. She was one-on-one on Aiken-George, who was towering over her. But Abigail Sutherland wasn't confident to go over Fumi Fadojo, and she instead went over Razia Kwashi, who's much taller than Shanice Beckford. So that's the respect for Fumi Fadojo, but that's smart.
Yes.
That's smart. Fumi is the girl who's bringing in the games for the Rosies. You want to keep her out of the game. Welcome back, Jodian Ward. She entered the chat with a deflection.
See, the contact has been called, so the play comes back.
Oh, we missed that one. It was actually a contact.
Contact called on Jodian Ward. Called by the umpire closest to your screen. Pearson lands that one comfortably.
Good double play there by Louis Pearson. She's a young player. Another look by Razia Kwashi.
Aiken George by her lonesome, and she makes that one count. England center pass.
But that, again, that's a step in I was asking for. So she got that about mid-range, and she just took a step in and took the shot instead of passing it out.
Plummer's back in for Sutherland. 6 minutes to play. Jamaica have been doing quite well to keep possession.
Good triangle play from the England Roses there.
The deficit again cut to just 2.
Kudos to Crystal Plummer and Abigail Sutherland to come into a high-intensity game like this and slot in so seamlessly is not easy.
Now this is a period that the Jamaicans will have to concentrate. They usually get better at this point.
6 minutes to go. They'll need to weather the storm.
Well done by Kwashi there to get the block.
Handed by Kwashi, but picked up by a yellow dress, might I add.
Romelda, Aiken George collects the pass and she shoots it.
Her daughter Gigi and sister Nicole Aiken Pinnock, they are in the stands, sitting right just in front of us, and they're loving her play at the moment.
Yeah, sister Nicole Aiken Pinnock, former Jamaica Sunshine girl herself, former coach as well. Chance of defense from the home crowd. Sterling goes up, just gets a touch, but no real threat to Liv Sheen. She's as cool and calm as she delivers.
Unbothered. She would have heard the crowd chanting. There is Fumi again, but Shanice Beckford was stronger on the take this time around. So it's 2v1 in the circle.
So they made the switch. England Roses to put Fudoji on Beckford outside of the circle.
They are not confident to go over her. They are not.
And that's a crucial turnover there for the Sunshine Girls. England have a chance to cut the deficit to just 1. They lose it, England. The Sunshine Girls come away with it.
Luckily. Bad hands there from Louis Pearson. You don't often see that from her. She's usually very calm and collected.
Good pass back to Wilson. England are crowding. They're suffocating the Sunshine Girls in that midcourt, similar to what they would have done in the first 2 games.
And it has paid dividends. Razia Kwashi has come on good for the Roses. That's a couple of games for her now.
So we won't worry about that.
2 goals in it with 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, so we seem to have a bit of an issue with the clock inside the arena. But the timekeepers, of course, the umpires are checking with them to ensure that there is accurate timekeeping going on.
The Sunshine Girls need a stop here to ensure that momentum is not swung. Good contest by Crystal Plummer.
She comes in front to collect that ball, which is good. She always does that. Sterling's there. This time they go over Sterling. And now, game is on. England, they have a deficit of 1. Abigail Sutherland comes back on to replace Crystal Plummer.
The pressure is now on Jamaica. They need a stop and they need to score their possessions.
We have 3 minutes on the clock.
We haven't mentioned Latanya Wilson a lot, but there she is. Right on cue, Latanya. Thank you very much.
Williams just slowing down the game a little bit, trying to find rhythm for the Sunshine Girls.
And for the Jamaicans to win this game, Khadijah Williams is crucial. She needs to be involved in the play. She needs to be demanding that ball and making the final feed into Aiken George. Her feeds are the ones that are landing. So it's important that we get ball to her and have her make that final pass into Aiken George.
That's a good pass there by Shanice Bedford. Obstruction called. on Kwashi. Aiken George brings the lead back up to just, well, to 2 with 2.5 minutes on the clock.
I love Shanice Beckford's strength onto the ball. So far, she is keeping Fumi Fadojo quiet when they're going up against each other. So all the intercepts Fumi have had so far is against Aiken George. She is not getting the better of Shanice Beckford at the moment.
Well, the Sunshine Girls have brought their lead back to 3. England Roses have the ball. Sterling does well. Can't keep it inside. Well, she does keep it inside, just gives away the possession. And she is right there to capitalize on it. The Roses, of course, are still going to fight right down to the wire. They are number 2 in the world, and they have a reason for being number 2 in the world.
Definitely. That was beautiful work from Shamira just then. I got a message earlier that today is actually her husband's birthday. Her husband Andrew, today is his birthday and he's in the stand. So I think she's trying to give him a
great birthday present. What a great birthday present it would be if they can draw level in this series.
2-goal lead with 1 minute and 30 on the clock.
But the play seems to have been advanced. Yeah, so the play was advanced and now they have a chance to cut it down again to 1.
I think that was the right call by the umpire, Abigail Sutherland. She intentionally hit the ball from the player's hand, and there's a hoist by the Jamaican defense again. But Lewis unbothered.
Pearson, a brilliant shot from distance there. England have the center pass. It's going to be crucial for both teams to either score or get the stop. 1 minute left on the clock. What is going to happen here? This is for all of the marbles.
A chance to level.
Shamira Sterling again, but Pearson gets it back, has to pass it out, and she resets herself. We are all tied up now with 40 seconds left on the clock.
Her heart would have been in her mouth just now.
The entire National Indoor Sports Center is behind this Jamaica Sunshine Girls team.
The Jamaicans will need to score here and then get a stop, or hold the England Roses up. If I was on the team, I would be trying to milk as much time from the clock as possible to deny the England Roses of an opportunity to score.
Well, they are running it down. The Jamaicans freezing the game, if you please, trying to get as much time off the clock as possible. Beckford passes it out, trying to play around to give Jamaica the final shot at goal. Jamaica, 5 seconds left. Can Beckford get this to land?
Beckford to win the game on the back of some smart play, and she does!
Jamaica Sunshine Girls have drawn a level. 49-49 they got in the first game. It looks as if for a moment they would have to settle for another draw, but what a way to pull it back at home to win by 1 goal. 50-49 in favor of the Sunshine Girls, and the fans are loving it.
The fans are going wild, but that was some beautiful work by Shanice Beckford. Had she gone and taken that shot on the first attempt, it would have given the England Roses enough time to get a shot in, and that would have meant the game would have drawn. A draw would not help the Sunshine Girls here. They needed to win this match in order to stay alive in this series, and so they have done to the delight of this crowd. The crowd is going wild, and we are loving it here.
Yeah, hard luck to the Roses, though. They have fought hard. They did fight hard, especially in that final quarter. It indeed was a really good effort for them. They scored 14 goals in that quarter, not enough though to keep the Jamaica Sunshine Girls from winning. So not to rule them out, it is all left to play for. They will go back to the drawing board. They are not done and out. And of course, the Jamaica Sunshine Girls will know that they have to come back here on Tuesday and put up an extra effort if they want to bring home this trophy.
And the England Roses would have been disappointed to lose Helen Housley for most of that game. Hopefully to see her back for game 4 tomorrow. She is a real master for them in that attacking end, and surely while Louis Pearson and Liv Sheen were awesome in their own right, they would have wanted her experience in those dying moments of that game. And I mean, hope to see her back on court. Razia Kwashi, she came on and had some real impact for them in the defensive end. Her combination with Fumi Fadojo was exceptional. And the ever-reliable Beth Cobden on the wing defense put out some good pressure on Khadija. Took her out of the game for a little bit in that last quarter, but Khadija stepped up when it mattered most, and they managed to finish out the game.
We're getting ready now to look at the highlights here. Of course, 50-49 in favor of Jamaica at full time. They came out with a 38-35 score in the final quarter, and they tried to put a lot behind them. Of course, at halftime it was 26-23. They had a 3-goal lead, and they came back and they fought. After that first half break, the Jamaicans, they were able to do a lot, scoring 12 goals. Added to that, they did equal to England in that third quarter. Ronaldo Aiken-George, she was good. By far her best game of the series so far, after struggling in the first game, improving a bit in the second. But this one was way better for England. They did try to pull back. They did have opportunities where they seemed as if they would score, where they would even take the lead at one point through Liv Sheen, who you can see shooting this one here. She was absolutely tremendous. Always calm under pressure, telling her team, let's go, allowing her team, though, to outscore the Jamaicans in that final quarter. But despite that, despite the effort, Jamaica, they stood equal to the task. Every time they got the ball, they tried to take care of it as much as possible, getting that ball down to their trusted shooters. And I say trusted because they did have a lot to be thankful for, the Jamaicans. And in the end, they were able to pull it back. 50-49, Ronaldo Aiken-George, pretty good.
Yeah, she was pretty good. The Jamaicans still have some work to do in attack, though, because they only scored 1 goal more than what they did in the first test when they drew with England, and 3 goals more than in the second test. So they still need some more work to be done in the attacking end. The defenders were awesome today. They were exceptional. We didn't see a lot of specky intercepts from Latanya Wilson as we saw in the first two previous games. But Shamira Sterling-Humphrey had the game of the series so far. She was exceptional for the Jamaicans in defense. The England Roses, I'm sure they won't be disappointed too much with this loss. They'll get a real feel of the Jamaican atmosphere today. They'll get a feel of the crowd, the court, and they'll go back and come back stronger tomorrow, hopefully with the likes of Helen Housley back on court for them.
Well, they'll definitely have to fight hard if they want to get back that trophy, the Rowan Hornsby trophy. In the end, Sasha Gay Henry, a very satisfied coach, and they very satisfied. Sunshine Girls all are happy with that performance. Well, we take a break now. Jamaica again confirming that score, winning this one 50-49, a very close encounter. 1 goal differentiating the two teams, putting them apart. And in the end, Jamaica join level in this series 1-1 as we head into the final game. We take a break now, come back, and we hear from the coaches.
People look at stories through different lenses. I have my own take on some of these trending issues. Hi, I'm Mariah Ramharak, and welcome to In Case You Missed It.
We watch for the players. We watch for the goals. We watch for the memories. And the memories last forever. We watch matches from Arsenal and Manchester City every week on SportsMax and SportsMax 2 and relive the stories, the defeats, the triumphs. Your memories live here on your home of champions and on the SportsMax app. Stay connected when you stream on the SportsMax app.
coming back. Yeah, so we're back here, of course, at the National Indoor Sports Center in Kingston, where the Sunshine Girls have just won Game 3 of this test series in the Horizon Vitality Series between them and, of course, England 50-49. I'm joined now by the Sunshine Girls captain, Shamira Sterling-Humphrey. Shamira, an excellent performance from this team. When you left England, you did say that you were looking forward to playing in front of your home crowd because you know that they would have supported. How happy are you to deliver for them today?
I'm super happy because you know what, our fans brought us over the line today, and we are very grateful for that.
Yeah, tell me about the game though. Where do you think you really won this game against England?
I think defensively we've won it over England today, and I think we've done our game plan and revisited the games that we lost in England and came back out strong.
Yeah, of course, there were pockets of improvement from your team throughout the series, especially in England, but you came back here and everyone was on their A game. What was the cause for that?
This is our home ground, this is our turf, so we need to stamp that ground.
Yeah, of course, you know, it's a really good, we heard through the grapevine that it is your husband's birthday today, so you must be very happy you can deliver a win for him.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Happy birthday, Andrew. I love you so much.
All right, congratulations to you, Shamira.
Thank you.
That was the Sunshine Girls coach there, Shamira Sterling-Humphrey. Time now to talk to Jess Thirlby of the England Roses. Coach, not the result that you would have hoped for though, but a really good surge by your team. You outscored the Sunshine Girls 14-12 in the final quarter. Just proves testament to what your team is capable of.
Yeah, like you say, I think we made too many errors at the start of the game. Everything we kind of expected from the Sunshine Girls came at us tonight. We obviously were forced into an early change with Helen going off. And we had a really young, inexperienced attacking end that you saw came good as the game went on, but we were chasing, and that's always a hard place to be. As the Sunshine Girls said last weekend, when you're the team that are always on the heels of somebody, it takes it out of you a little bit. We lost too much ball, but really impressed with the way Liv Cheen and Razzie Akwashi came onto the court. And as you say, we drew that third quarter and won the fourth quarter by 2. So an outstanding performance and a huge credit to the Sunshine Girls. In the moments where they needed, they were super smart. And it just took us the whole 60 to kind of find a little bit more of a foothold back in the game.
Yeah, tell me though, what had happened to Helen that caused her to come off, and how big of a loss is it?
Yeah, it's a head injury, so you know we are obligated to make sure we look after our players, and it's not okay to stay out, so we followed our due processes and made sure we looked after and scat tested Helen. So yeah, we'll see how she is in 24 hours.
All right, and of course you have this game 4 coming up on Tuesday. You go back to the drawing board. What are you hoping that you can improve in the little time that you have to get back here?
Yeah, look, last weekend we did a really good job with our response. We need to be better than the Sunshine Girls with how we respond overnight, and we proved that last week. So we'll pick out, we've got really great processes. The girls will be on it in terms of where we won and lost that game, and they'll come back really hungry tomorrow to contain and keep possession of the ball better. We knew the likes of Shamira and Latanya would enjoy the crowd, and they put on a show this evening. And I think we just need to smarten up and play. Our best netball is still very good. We've just got a front line that's still learning their trade on that, and some players tonight starting for the first time against Jamaica. And so some quick, hard lessons, but I think we finished the game in a good place, and we can take some confidence from that.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much.
That was Jess Thirlby there. And yeah, we will, of course, be back here again on Tuesday, getting ready for Game 4, the series decider of this Horizon Netball Series. 1-1 the score to both teams. It is level after drawing the first game. England taking the first game, the second game, and Jamaica coming back to Kingston and starting with a bang. We'll be back here on Tuesday with Game 4. It's bye for now from our team.
The church says she love it, in our papa my shirt. If I can't text by the call yours. Sick in me head, this in a all the nurse. Put my bumper, can't get no reverse.
Don't worry, my wife will bring it up. Make me happy whenever you pull it up. In a traffic, you ready up in the fun. You anything, me have to go lock it up. Baby girl, just a go on and run, so give me some. We pretty feeling, she love me that you up. Set it on the table, beat that me up.
Remember to stay off the court.
popular. So me touch the real. Fierce back.
Let's dress, you can,
everybody turn up a selector. You deserve detention. Fierce back.
Let's dress, you can,
We got the president. In the place, thank you.
But. Let's dress, you can,
For 30 years, we have redefined relaxation and self-care for males. We have perfected the art of male grooming. We have been with our boys and men every step of the way, from age 1 to maturity. This year, we invite you to experience 30 years of exemplary service made just for males. Welcome to your sanctuary, Total Male Spa, a woman's touch for the exceptional man.
Do you want to share your ultimate sports experience with the family? Introducing SportsMax app's Cast the TV feature.